Yudhika Sujanani and welcome to Sugar and Spice. I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite recipes with you, and today we are going to be exploring a Greek menu. So on the menu is a Greek-inspired lamb mince pilau, as well as a sponge cake with honey and yogurt. So I'm going to get started now on the sponge cake, and we need 4 eggs for that. So we're going to get the eggs going, and we're going to gradually add some sugar. So the eggs are now done. They are light and fluffy, and that's what they look like. They've incorporated a fair bit of air as well. They're very bubbly on the top, and next I'm just going to use a spoon and scrape down the sides quickly. This reminds me of milkshake, of having a really, really lovely milkshake. In goes the flour, and to that I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Just on the side, you're going to be folding this in, so you'll work that baking powder through. And just around the sides of the bowl, and gentle movements. You don't really need to move that around too much or beat it too hard. Just lift the bottom of the dough, of the batter, and keep moving it around. You're almost folding the air in, so you're not breaking down those air bubbles. Now I'm going to add some water. About 4 tablespoons of water going in. And then vanilla paste. Now, this is so much better than actually using vanilla essence. You can actually see the little vanilla seeds in there, and the smell is heavenly. So again, mix that through, and then we're going to pop the oil in. Now, the oil sinks to the bottom, so you're going to have to do a fair bit of lifting up that batter to get the mixture well combined. The batter's now done. It's very, very smooth and very almost like spongy. Okay. And next, here is the baking tin, and I'm just going to grease this now. I don't do this in the beginning because when you use a non-stick spray, some of that spray might actually get into the mixing bowl, onto the whisk, and then you have those eggs that really don't incorporate air. That's just so you don't get the fumes all over your kitchen. And now I'm going to pour this smooth vanilla batter into a prepared cake tin. And that looks so delicious. I almost want to just eat a bit. Reminds me a lot of melted ice cream. Proper comfort food. Now you're going to bang down on the tin just to make sure you get those air bubbles out of the cake. You don't want to have those tunnels running through your cake once it's baked. The cake's ready. We're going to bake it at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Now this cake's already been cooled. I'm going to give it a fine dusting of icing sugar, and we're ready to serve. Like I said earlier, I'm also a bit of a messy chef. Quite enjoy cooking, but messy cooking. And it is a deliciously light cake. It feels almost like eating a bit of a marshmallow. And you can have a look at that as well. Quite light, crumbly. Just what I look forward to on a hot day. Now, for the topping, I'm going to go with a bit of a healthy option. Now, I love fresh cream and I love buttery icing. But today, I'm just going to scoop on a bit of yogurt. Very, very cold, double thick Greek yogurt. This is how I encourage my kids to eat icing that's not exactly the unhealthy icing. And then the pistachio nuts go on top. And maybe, just maybe, you could do a little berry as well. Just like that on the side of the plate. And here you have it. This is my Greek-inspired cake, which is the sponge cake with honeyed yogurt. Now for the Greek-inspired lamb pilau, I'm going to use some lamb mince, brinjals, some fresh coriander, feta cheese, cumin seeds, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks. It's actually quite amazing that even Greek food uses spices. It's not only Indian food that uses these spices. So the first ingredient I'm going to add to my hot pan is cooking olive oil. Definitely not the extra virgin type. Some chopped onion. Finely chopped onion would be good. Of onion being fried. It is so aromatic. Actually, I'm going to add another swig of oil. I don't mind a little bit of oil. I'm going to go to gym tomorrow, so it's not going to bother me too much. And to this onion, I'm going to add salt. And salt speeds up the breaking down of the onion, so it browns a lot faster. So you really do cut down on that cooking time. Perfect for the end of the day when you're in a bit of a hurry or just tired. Next, some crushed garlic going in. Also just give that a stir around for a bit. Now I'm going to add the cumin seeds, cinnamon sticks and the bay leaves to that as well. If you add those spices too soon, they could actually burn, and again you get a bit of a bitter flavour. Now in goes the lamb mince. I prefer choosing a really good piece of lamb and then asking your butcher to mince it for you. Use your wooden spoon and break down those lumps, and we want to get a lovely golden colour on that mince. Okay, now this mince has been frying for a bit. I'm going to add some cumin, coriander and garam masala. It's about a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of coriander and a teaspoon of garam masala as well. You can also obviously add a bit of fresh green chili, but I do enjoy a break from the chili now and then, and I just make a fairly plain dish. So stir that around and you can just smell all these wonderful spices coming through in this mince. It's really quite heavenly. Now I've just actually leveled out the mince and spread it around the base of the pot, and I'm going to lower the heat. On this electric pan, this AMC pan, you could just go on to 1 or on and lower it when you lower the heat. In goes the rice on top of that. You can also add some lentils or chickpeas, obviously boiled and prepared already and drained, to this as well. And just level that rice over. I've already grilled these brinjals, and brinjals are so amazing in a dish like this, especially with lamb. They suck up all those flavors and they add a lovely meaty texture as well to those dishes. So you just layer some brinjals over the rice, like that. You can also sweat off the brinjals before you grill them, so they don't absorb a lot of oil when you cook. And now I'm going to add the next ingredient, one of my favorites again, feta cheese. Just goes on top. So I'm just crumbling this feta over. And it is actually quite salty, so just watch out if you're actually adding salt to your dish. Just cut down slightly because the feta does add a fair bit of flavor as well as seasoning to your rice. I'm just going to get some water from my kettle, pour some hot water over, just to prevent the mince from burning at the bottom. And also you want those rice grains to fluff up quite nicely. Okay. Cover the pot and we're going to let that simmer for about 10 minutes. Now while that lamb is actually steaming through, I'm going to prepare the dressing. And this is quite easy as well. So I've got some lemons and I need about the juice of 1 lemon. Okay, and to that we're going to add some proper olive oil. So for this, you can use extra virgin olive oil. It has a lovely fresh green olive taste as well, which actually works really well with this lamb. Mint leaves, these are fresh from my garden. Just love the smell of fresh mint. Fine chop, and you want to add this right over at the end. Don't want these mint leaves to turn black when they heat up. Some salt. and give it a quick stir through. You can also add some fresh garlic to this dressing. Greek food does use a fair bit of garlic, especially with lamb. And you can see this dressing has now thickened up quite nicely. Now that is steamed through and I can hear the sizzle, which means the water has evaporated. Just gonna drizzle this over the brinjals and feta. It adds a lovely bit of moisture so the rice doesn't dry out at all. Scraping the bowl, every little bit counts. And then my favorite herb, fresh coriander. Now Greeks use parsley and oregano, but I love coriander in any dish, except chocolate mousse, of course. A generous sprinkling of coriander going on top. For me, the more coriander, the happier I am. And that is our Greek-inspired lamb pilau. AMC is giving away this paella pot valued at 3,000 Rand. To win one of these fantastic giveaways, go to www.saffrontv.co.za. Spa is giving away 5 1,000 Rand shopping vouchers. To win one of these vouchers, go to www.saffrontv.co.za. Carry Me Home is giving away a fabulous KitchenAid blender valued at 3,000 Rand. For more details, log on to www.saffrontv.co.za.
Whirlpool is giving away this fantastic Jet Chef microwave oven. To win this exclusive giveaway, go to www.saffrontv.co.za.